For June 23rd's primary election, many people will vote absentee for the first time. As LEX 18's political reporter Carolina Buchek reports, officials want to make sure they do it correctly.
When you open your absentee ballot, you'll find instructions, and these directions are key to making sure your ballot is filled out correctly.
I need for everyone to follow those instructions very carefully because there are a few things that you can miss that will automatically disqualify your ballot.
And yes, there are some absentee ballots that are disqualified because the voter made a mistake.
Here's what a security envelope looks like.
Fayette County Clerk Don Blevins Jr. says one mistake election officers see is no signature.
Every election, we have a not insignificant percentage of folks that forget to sign the outer envelope. That's a fairly common mistake.
And they've already seen it happen in this primary as well.
I was helping sort them, and I would say in the time I was doing it, I probably did 2 or 3, maybe 1,500 votes, and I had probably 10, maybe 20 ballots that were not signed on the outside.
Blevins says those ballots are not counted. The law won't even let election officers open up the ballot.
They're set aside. We keep it for 22 months. That's the retention period, but we don't even open them. It's very strict in the statute that you can't do that.
So the best thing to do is take your time and follow the instructions.
And so you place your ballot in here. Once you fill out your ballot, be sure to lick the seal, seal it. You're going to sign right here. Then you're going to put it in the outer envelope. You're going to seal the outer envelope and be sure and sign on the outer envelope. Those are the key steps.
Voting experts like UK professor Joshua Douglas says absentee ballots are relatively simple.
It requires putting it into 2 different envelopes, signing twice, and not detaching the flap.
The flap is this. It's extra material on the inner envelope, and voters should just leave it alone. And overall, Douglas encourages everyone to vote absentee in this primary.
People should not be skeptical of voting by mail. It's been done for decades. Some states do virtually all of their elections by mail, and these are including so-called red and so-called blue states.
Douglas says there is no evidence of widespread voter fraud for absentee ballots, and Kentucky has safeguards in place to make sure everything is done by the book. For example, ballots are not sent out to every voter. Registered voters must request one, and to do that, you need to put in your personal information.
Once you do request it, they are going to mail you the absentee ballot, and part of that includes a barcode that the state officials can track the delivery of every single ballot, so they know that it's been received, or at least been delivered. And then when you mail it back, you have to provide 2 signatures, and that's really important. You have to sign both in the inner envelope and the outer envelope. And then the election officials are going to check the signature with the signature they have on file.
And if there's a mismatch when it comes to the signatures, the voter will be contacted.
It's not a big deal. Just go through the steps that they are asking you to take quickly so that you have your ballot and make sure your ballot is counted. But it's not something scary. It's something that will happen to some people.
And experts say don't waste any time. Mail your ballot in as soon as possible. In Lexington, Carolina Buchek, LEX 18 News.